tired dreamers. Don't care what other people say. We're doing this in our own way. We come alive. We come alive. We come alive. We're doing this in our own way. We come alive.
Get Sagicor School Companion Health Plan for as little as $2,540 per month. The time by Sagicor Life is
7 o'clock. CVM News at 7 Headlines Thursday. Brought to you by Guardian Life. Live secure. Live easy. Tonight in CVM News at 7, opposition demands general election amid Integrity Commission fallout. Prime Minister Andrew Holness to take legal action against PNP for alleged defamation. And the PNP condemns the threats against the Prime Minister.
Also this evening, Beachy Stout and co-convict remanded until September 26. In the business report, exploring modern labor and productivity challenges. From Kingston, Jamaica, this is CVM News at 7. I'm Stephen McHugh.
And I'm Curlin Brown. It's Thursday, September 19, 2024. Thanks so much for joining us. Call the general election. That's the message from the opposition to the governing Jamaica Labour Party, which it contends have lost the confidence of the Jamaican people.
Now, the charge comes amid growing controversy surrounding the Integrity Commission's report, with the Prime Minister's business dealings taking center stage. Ramon Gordon has the details.
The opposition People's National Party wants a general election amid roaring, icy controversy and calls for high-profile resignations.
So that the people have the chance to elect a new government that can take our country out of this mess.
The PNP believes a recently tabled Integrity Commission report fingers Holness for unethical conduct, including an alleged misuse of funds, which Golding argues is incompatible with his continued leadership of the country.
Mr. Andrew Holness has a higher duty to the public to ensure that the laws of Jamaica are maintained and that he acts in keeping with the standards of principled behavior required of his very high office.
He sets the moral compass for his cabinet, for the parliament.
I'm sad to say, and I take no glee in saying this, that Mr. Holness has failed.
Golding, speaking at a press conference on Thursday, said the Prime Minister has misled the country after the Integrity Commission reportedly notified Holness of its investigation into his finances.
Yes, Mr. Holness is one of the illicit 6, now the illicit 8, and he has known this for well over a year.
It should be clear to the Prime Minister that he cannot function as a leader.
My advice to Mr. Holness is a simple one. Pack your bags because you can't stay.
The reports, which form the basis of these accusations, highlight multiple areas of concern. Among them, a $94,000 investment, where a third of the funds allegedly came from Holness's Positive Jamaica Foundation, a charity. The opposition also hurled allegations of a conflict of interest, where Holness appointed his business partner as chair of 2 major public bodies under his jurisdiction, the Urban Development Corporation UDC and the Housing Agency of Jamaica HAJ.
Jamaica has a Prime Minister who remains under investigation for the serious corruption offense of illicit enrichment. This is a serious blot on the country's image, both locally and internationally. It is untenable for our Prime Minister not to be in good standing with the country's Integrity Commission.
Ramon Gordon for CVM News.
Meanwhile, Parliamentary Secretary and Senator Apka Fitzhenley has confirmed Prime Minister Andrew Holness is planning to take legal action against senior members of the People's National Party following allegations made during the media conference today. Fitzhenley says the Prime Minister has already instructed his attorneys to pursue the matter.
I can indicate that the Prime Minister and party leader has advised his attorneys that legal action should be taken against senior members of the PNP who addressed a media conference today and defamed him concerning the question of when he came into awareness of an illicit enrichment investigation. The fact of the matter is the Prime Minister spoke the truth when he indicated to the media on August 17 last year that he was not aware of any member of the Jamaica Labour Party being written to by the Integrity Commission that they're under investigation for illicit enrichment. I can say this to you as well. The Prime Minister and party leader takes his reputation very seriously and will not allow members of the PNP to attempt to use false and malicious statements to malign his character in their desperate bid for political power.
Now, the political landscape is tense following the allegations involving Prime Minister Andrew Holness. This has led to heightened security concerns for his family, with police being deployed to his Beverly Hills home last evening following word of a legitimate threat. Opposition leader Mark Golding is calling for swift investigations, condemning the developments in no uncertain terms. Our reporter Ramon Gordon has more.
As political tensions soar following damning allegations of misconduct, the PNP's top brass is speaking out against recent security concerns involving the Prime Minister and his family. PNP President Mark Golding has strongly condemned the development, calling for swift investigations and justice for those responsible.
We absolutely abhor any such conduct. We call upon the security forces, law enforcement, to investigate it thoroughly, and if there are any perpetrators, to bring them to justice. And I want to extend my personal sympathies to Mr. and Mrs. Holness and their family.
Last evening, security forces responded to what they described as a legitimate threat to the Prime Minister's safety. They say their presence mitigated the potential danger, but they maintained a presence as a precaution. At a press conference on Thursday, Opposition Senator Donna Scott Motley and PNP General Secretary Dr. Dayton Campbell also expressed hope for swift resolution.
We in Jamaica are very concerned that our democratic traditions be protected, and there should be no attempt to threaten the Prime Minister nor his family.
We do not condone any form of threats being made to anyone who practices within this space or to any individual at all. And we believe that the police should investigate the matter thoroughly, and those who they find that were associated with such threats should be brought to justice in a very timely manner.
The security threats come in the wake of mounting political pressure on Holness, as allegations of illicit enrichment and conflict of interest continue to make headlines. As investigations into both the political allegations and the security threats move forward, there's a call for cooler heads. Ramon Gordon for CVM News.
Up now, popular Portland businessman Everton Beachy Stout MacDonald will have to wait a little longer to learn his fate after being found guilty in March of murdering his second wife. The sentencing, which has already been postponed multiple times, was once again adjourned today as MacDonald's attorney expressed readiness for the matter to reach its conclusion. CVM's Trisha Gay Kelly was in court for that hearing.
The ruling for Portland businessman Everton Beachy Stout MacDonald and his co-convict Oscar Barnes, which was scheduled for today, has been postponed. Both men will reappear before the Supreme Court next week to learn their fate. Everton MacDonald was arrested and charged for the murder of his second wife, Tonya MacDonald, whose body was found with stab wounds, her throat slashed, and her burnt remains left in a motor car in July 2020. His ruling, scheduled for Thursday, was postponed again. MacDonald's attorney, Christopher Townsend, explains the unavailability of Justice Chester Stamp is the reason for the delay.
The ground, or rather the reason that was told to us by the sitting judge, Justice Pusey, was that the judge who is dealing with this matter had a fixture elsewhere, and so the matter had to be adjourned. We're adjourned until Thursday next, that is the 26th, where we anticipate that the hearing will continue.
The sentencing was last scheduled for May 16. However, in that court hearing, the ruling was postponed until September 19. On Thursday, the date was again pushed back to September 26. However, Attorney Townsend is not pleased with this delay.
We were very disappointed this morning. This is about the third adjournment that we are experiencing in the matter. It is a bad thing because it's the sentencing is delayed. And therefore, if the sentencing is delayed, then the appeal process will be delayed. Even if it's a couple of days, my client is 69 years old, so he doesn't have a lot of time to waste.
He says his client is awaiting next Thursday when both men will learn their fate.
Well, next week, our submissions won't be very long, and it is for the judge to determine the kind of sentence that will be delivered. And so it is really up to the judge to deal with the matter and dispose of the matter at this level.
MacDonald's trial for the murder of his first wife is set for April 2026. Trisha Gay Kelly, CVM News.
Thanks, Trisha Gay, and we will continue in a moment. Stay with us, please. CVM News at 7, Headlines Thursday, brought to you by Guardian Life. Live secure, live easy.
It's you! Come and pick up your order.
Oh, okay.
For the juicy, crunchy, irresistible taste of a KFC Big Deal, some people will do anything. Irresistible taste of a KFC Big Deal, some people will do anything. KFC, it's finger licking good.
Did you know that the Bureau of Standards Jamaica, or BSJ as we are known, has been serving and helping Jamaican businesses to grow for over 54 years, now testing over 57,000 products annually? The BSJ develops and promotes standards for products consumers see and use every day. We stand tall as your quality assurance partner, testing a range of products including foods, construction materials, petroleum products, packaging material, cosmetics, paints, and pharmaceuticals. Did you know that the BSJ has over 20 labs in Kingston that conduct these tests, operating at the highest international standards, giving you the speed to take your products from the lab to market, driving your business growth with 100% confidence.
Buy a bag of Hypro feeds and win a bag of cash in the Farm to Fortune promotion. Hypro is back with another chance for you to win a share of millions in the Farm to Fortune promotion. Try for the grand prize of $3 million, weekly prizes of $100,000 plus daily prizes. To enter, buy any qualifying Hypro feed and text the entry code in the bag for your chance to win a bag of cash in the Hypro Farm to Fortune promotion. Watch your pocket grow, watch it grow in Hypro. Conditions apply. Authorized under Section 58(3) of the Betting, Gaming and Lotteries Act.
For the juicy, crunchy, irresistible taste of a KFC Big Deal, some people will do anything. KFC, it's finger licking good.
CVM News at 7, Thursday, brought to you by
MIBinsure.com today and save serious money.
Welcome back to CVM News at 7. Police are investigating the circumstances under which an elderly couple was almost robbed by armed men in the parking lot of the Constant Spring Tax Office this afternoon. The incident that sent many customers and nearby students scampering fortunately didn't end in bloodshed. The suspects, however, escaped. Nika Lewis visited the scene.
It was around lunchtime when the incident came to a head at the St. Andrew-based Constant Spring Tax Office.
Behind me is an active crime scene just outside the Constant Spring Tax Office along Constant Spring Road in St. Andrew. It's understood that earlier this afternoon, gunmen attempted to rob an elderly couple in the parking lot at the Constant Spring Tax Office before that incident was foiled by efforts from security guards on duty.
Today when the shooting happened, I was by Super Value Shopping Center ordering lunch when I heard the gunshots. Initially, I didn't think they were gunshots. I thought it was some bike. So I was like, these boys with them bike, you need to take for themselves. When my coworker said to me, said, no, that was gunshots. When I looked through the window, I saw shoppers in the parking lot taking them foot in the hand on a runway from the scene of the crime. So as a fast Jamaican, I come out of the people in the food store for go look, and it was true.
The crime scene only a stone's throw from commercial centers, restaurants, and a prominent all-girls high school. Panic spread as quickly as the expanding crime scene that by mid-afternoon converted the single lane into a dual carriageway beyond Forestry Road, nearly 200 meters away.
I've so far counted at least 10 spent shell casings behind me in this little area alone. And that's just by virtue of what the experts have come and circled to indicate that there is at least one spent shell in each circling right there.
They had closed off the gates here and there were a lot of people outside. They were stopping people from entering and leaving at that time. The place was not yet cordoned off by the crime scene police at all. So I thought that they were going to do a quick thing since nobody was actually injured, because it was said that somebody might have been trailed here and they attacked her, grabbed her handbag, and in getting away they made some random fires to scare the people away.
Alleged eyewitnesses were few and silent, some hiding from the lens of the camera for fear of being targeted by the gunmen who CVM News understands managed to escape. Though terrified, some women off camera rued that this is the reality within which many must live, adding there was not much to do but to take cover.
If you're a Jamaican, you're very adaptable. You learn to survive and you learn to move on with the time. All you do is protect yourself. Always be mindful and vigilant of what's happening.
Nika Lewis, CVM News.
And as the nation continues to grapple with crime and poor infrastructure, a member of the Christian community is urging the church to play a bigger role in the solution. Adrian Williams files the concerns of founder and pastor for Power of God International, Prophet Roy Del Rowe.
The church, from in its early days, has played a major role in countries' governance structures. Across, founder and pastor for Power of God International in Manchester, Prophet Roy Del Rowe is pleading with the church community to bear.
The churches are there to contribute, and the wider society pay tithes and offering, they pay all seeds offering. These also to help society, not just to help the pastor to buy a big house and big car and live a luxury life. You need to go out there, help the MP, help the councillors, give back to school, help to fix the road, fix the street, so we can have a better place.
Rowe is imploring the Christian community to remember that tithe and offerings are not to be used only for the church.
If you look back in some of the rural area, the road condition is very bad. You don't see pastors go out there on the street and say, okay, I'm going to contribute at least 3 months of our offering to the road, to fix the road. No, they don't do that. But we need to get the pastors to understand that the offering is not just for church. It is also for the community. It is contribution towards society.
Though he calls on the church to play a more vital role, the prophet believes government representatives should be able to back their constituents financially and spiritually.
When we put in our councillors, MPs, we have to make sure that the background fully strong financially and also fully strong spiritually, mentally. So when we are in need and the government is not there to assist us financially, then the MPs or the councillors can come together and say, okay, we have a 20 million, a 30 million, we can put that and let the society be a better place.
Adrian Williams for CVM News.
The business segment is up right after this break. Stay with us.
Taste of a KFC big deal, some people will do anything. KFC is finger licking good.
Papa Jesus, insurance gone up again? Go faster. It gas our insurance.
Driver, let's go.
Do you really want to stick with the same old insurer? For the first time in Jamaica, taxis, minibuses, coasters, whatever you drive, MIBinsure.com will find you an insurer who will slash your premium by up to 60%. They all claim to save you money, but only MIB Insure actually can. Switch to MIBinsure.com today and save serious money.
You! Come and pick up your order.
Oh, okay.
For the juicy, crunchy, irresistible taste of a KFC big deal, some people will do anything.
Hey my peeps, get this on the regular. Your HIV status if you consider. At least if a test once a year. Just 15 minutes and your status clear. Cause it might not show up on your timeline and you learn too late so you're out of time. A progressive future, mandatory. Really long life, our story. You hear?
Remember, update your status in a real life. Go HIV test today.
Just 15 minutes and your status clear. Really long life, our story. Real long life with a youth coming from the Ministry of Health and Wellness.
Say aloha flavor. We know pizza. It's literally in our name.
Pizza Hut. We know pizza. Pizza Hut. For the love of pizza. Pizza Hut. The sweet and the savory. Pizza Hut. Hawaiian, no normal. Clearly. Pizza Hut.
Welcome back. And now to the Business Report with Joel Crosskill.
Lots to share with you in the Business Report today. In the age of computerized productivity enhancement, the world of work has changed across the globe. However, countries like Jamaica continue to experience challenges as it relates to improving output, with very little change to GDP over the past decade. And according to Minister of Labour and Social Security Pernell Charles Jr., many members of the labour force may already be looking away from traditional employers as a source of stability.
You hear a lot of employers speaking about the turnovers since COVID especially. And a lot of it is because you've had a significant shift in the mindset of persons who now know I can be my own entrepreneur from my yard. I can stay in my room and I can take care of my bills by simply monetizing online. And more. So you know, it's a good thing, but it is also something that several companies are terrified about.
Potentially even more terrifying for the CEO and chairman of ITEL, Yoni Epstein, who has developed the Caribbean's largest homegrown customer experience enterprise, is the possibility that current labour laws may not yet fully comprehend the challenges associated with this direct marketing of technology to the modern employment market.
Jamaica at 4.5% or 4.6% unemployment is a different Jamaica when our labour laws were established originally. And I think that the public sector, the private sector, and the unions really need to work together in order to evolve that to a point where we are today in 2024, or else Jamaica on a whole
is going to get left behind.
However, according to Dr. Sophia McIntosh, lecturer at UTech, from the perspective of tertiary educators, cultivating a more long-term commitment to the improvement of employees by offering additional career advancement opportunities may also be an effective approach.
You have to make lifelong learning, as I said, a culture in the organization. Sponsor your workers to go back to school. Give them, my friend said it, give them time off. Let the working environment be something that you look forward to going. I'm tired of persons saying, I can't wait for 4 o'clock because they're so stressed. So businesses, don't cut the training budget, because sometimes when things go wrong in the organization, the first thing, it's an easy cut, is to cut the training budget, and then you say that your staff members are not productive.
However, the ITEL founder, avoiding comment on what happens when a highly trained employee departs, pointed to the additional strain the training process itself places on operations.
You know why the training budget get cut? Because we have to hire more people to do the same job, because 20% of the people don't come to work every day. That's why people are stressed at 4 o'clock, because there's more work being asked of them to do because their colleague didn't come to work. So going back to you saying we have to act and we have to start there. The importance, I mean, one thing I would have loved to have seen is this: there's a bunch of people outside looking work. It would have been great for them to have been in here to hear this discussion and learn from some of the talks that are happening. Because that's where we need to invest the time and the energy is in our workforce. They're not going to get better if we don't put time.
One thing's for sure, the MLSS Roadshow is well worth checking out for yourself. And that was your Business Report. I'm Joel Crosskill.
With us, much more to come after the break.
Thank you to the people of Jamaica for your patience and understanding during the restoration effort.
Thank you, Jamaica.
We know it has not been easy for those of you who have been without electricity.
Big thank you, Jamaica, for your patience. This has been nothing short of challenging times, just given the devastation and significant impact on the grid that Hurricane Beryl has caused. Tremendous thanks for all the patience that has been shown. We are committed to providing nothing short of excellent service to our customers who we care so much about.
Thank you, Jamaica. Thank you, Jamaica.
Thank you, Jamaica.
Thank you, Jamaica.
Thank you, Jamaica.
Thank you, Jamaica.
You! Come and pick up your order.
Oh, okay.
For the juicy, crunchy, irresistible taste of a KFC Big Deal, some people will do anything.
This is the Aedes aegypti mosquito that spreads the Zika, chikungunya, and dengue viruses. Search for its breeding sites and destroy them. This is the Aedes aegypti mosquito that spreads the Zika, chikungunya, and dengue viruses. Protect yourself from the bite of this mosquito.
A message from the Ministry of Health and Wellness.
You! Come and pick up your order.
Oh, okay.
For the juicy, crunchy, irresistible taste of a KFC Big Deal, some people will do anything.
Ray and Never, feel we culture. Yo!
New beginning, we winning, so share our spirit where you living, yeah.
Share it.
I make we all a one bar, you don't know we come from far.
From far, anytime we rep, feel we country. Rear rum, it have to come with me.
No matter with the bad vibes.
Poor rear rum, a celebration time. Rear rum.
I feel we culture.
Rear rum.
Make we show ya Jamaican culture.
Ray and Never, overproof from we just a do it to we culture.
Juicy, crunchy, irresistible taste of a KFC big deal, some people will do anything. KFC, it's finger licking good.
Welcome back. Let's look at what's been grabbing attention on social media.
So, what's trending in our local social media spaces? A daring daytime robbery attempt on an elderly couple at the Constant Spring Tax Office was successfully foiled by security personnel. The couple was ambushed in the parking lot, but a brave security guard intervened, exchanging fire with the gunmen. Here are some of your reactions to the news. At Hot Girl Yolande writes, I worked at that tax office. This is crazy. At Armarage says, nowhere safe. At K-Flet comments, this is a setup. Sir and ma'am, leave this country and tell no one, not even your children. At Kishen33 shares, the crime is bad in our country. Shake my head. So sad. God give me this country to run, please. At Collision adds, the way how the line always long up at Constant Spring Tax Office, I'm surprised shooting not happen more often. At Sharmona Smith posts, tax office, a must bank them a come from and them trail them come there so. Cause one amount of money them could have traveled with for go tax office for man want rob them. Simia Entertainment asks, the old people them alright though? And that's what's trending online today. Continue to share your thoughts with us on X at CVM TV and the CVM_television on Instagram. I'm Ronaldo Adams.
We now look overseas with regional and international news.
We begin with news in the region. In St. Lucia, Labour Commissioner Joseph says the minimum wage should not be used as a punishment, as he spoke to penalties for business owners who do not comply, as well as recommending against layoffs. The details from DBS Television.
We do not have control over what companies will do or can do. Layoff is accepted in law if the conditions exist for layoff. Okay, that is generally, a case of, work is slow, you are not able to keep the person, and there's a time period for that. We do not encourage companies to use layoff or redundancy in response to the minimum wage. The minimum wage is a blessing to our people, those at the lower end of the scale.
Joseph says that there are penalties for companies that do not comply.
I encourage every business owner to work with the minimum wage. And if you have a challenge, come to us at the department. We are open. We will engage you. We will see what can be done. Okay? Do not use the minimum wage as a punishment.
We are coming after you. The warning from Trinidad and Tobago Police Service to the suspects involved in the robbery of Member of Parliament for St. Joseph, Terence Dialsing. The TTPS confirmed that MP Dialsing, who's also the Minister of Health, was robbed by two men, one of which was armed with a gun. More from TTT News.
The TTPS confirmed that MP Dialsing, who's also the Minister of Health, was robbed of a gold bracelet by two men, one armed with a gun, on Tuesday. MP Dialsing was sitting on a bench outside a bar along King Street, St. Joseph. The assailants escaped in a green-colored vehicle. Deputy Commissioner of Police Intelligence and Investigations, Suzette Martin, says all criminal